From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is part 3 of the story about Pennsylvania's economy. The pace of the political campaign visits and the attention they garnered has not faded from many minds. Some businesses and residents declined to talk this week when approached with questions about the economy or politics, recalling blowback from speaking in the past. As attention shifts to next year's midterms, Allentown cannot escape its place as a political battleground. Trump's win last year helped lift other Republicans like U.S. Representative Ryan Mackenzie to victory. Mackenzie, who unseated a 3-term Democrat, is now one of the most vulnerable Republicans in Congress. To win again, he must turn out Republicans who voted in 2024, many of whom were more likely to be energized by Trump's candidacy while appealing to independents. Mackenzie's balancing act was on display when he spoke to the party faithful on Tuesday, bemoaning the failures of Bidenomics before Vance took the stage at the rally. And a day later, the congressman was back in Washington, where he joined 3 other House Republicans to rebel against the party's leadership and force a vote on extending health care subsidies that expire at the end of the year. V. Show, the local GOP chairman, called Mackenzie an underdog in his re-election bid and said the health care vote was a signal to voters that he is compassionate for the people who need those services. Lehigh County, home to Allentown and the most populous county in the congressional district, swung toward Trump last year. Harris's nearly 2.7 percentage point win in the county was the tightest margin for a Democratic presidential candidate since 2004. But Democrats are feeling confident after a strong performance in this fall's election when they handily won a race for county executive. Retaking the congressional seat now is top priority for Democrats. Governor Josh Shapiro, who faces re-election next year and is a potential presidential contender in 2028, endorsed firefighter union head Bob Brooks this week for the May primary. Democrats are just a few seats shy of regaining the House majority, and the first midterm after a presidential election historically favors the party that's out of power. If the focus remains on the economy, Democrats are happy. The Uline Supplies distribution factory where Vance spoke, owned by a family that has made large donations to the GOP, is a few miles from the Mack Trucks facility, where staff was cut by about 200 employees this year. The company said that decision was driven in part by tariffs imposed by Trump. Shapiro eagerly pointed that out in responding to Vance's visit. This concludes our story from the PEP Radio Newsroom. I'm David Moore.